All righty, we'll go on ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen, and then I'll pass it to Heather to start us off.
All right, well, we're waiting for that to pop up. I'll say good morning. Hyundai Onde Bapong. It's good to see you all. My name is Heather Schotten. I am a citizen of the Wichita and affiliated tribes. I'm also Kiowa and Cheyenne. I am joining you from Durango, Colorado, the ancestral homelands of the Nuchu people, Hopi, Dene, and Pueblo peoples of this region, and Hickory Apache. So glad to be with you all today. And I am a part of our member engagement committee with ASHE for the conference this year. And just want to welcome you all and thank you for being here this morning, this afternoon, whatever your time zone is. And to this, our Welcome Wednesday, as we orient you to all that is ASHE as you prepare for our conference next month. We're less than a month away. So thank you for being here. This information session, just so you know, has live transcription enabled from Zoom AI. So you can utilize that. Also, please unmute yourself to ask questions, or you can put them in the chat. We'll be monitoring the chat here. If you need support, you can contact Aaron Satterwhite via Zoom chat or at Aaron at ashe.ws. And we can go to the next slide, Aaron, if you don't mind. And if Aaron and Jason might introduce yourselves as well as our ASHE, all things ASHE.
Oh, sorry.
I Google Slides and me, I feel like if
Yeah.
you even breathe on your mouse or on your keyboard, it advances or freaks out.
Yeah. Okay.
This is why for the conference we recommend using PowerPoint, because it's much less fidgety and also is much more accessible as well.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so sorry about that, everyone. I was trying to see if I was muted to unmute myself, and then I accidentally clicked the next slide, and then it just went from there. But good morning or good afternoon, everyone. My name is Erin Satterwhite. I use she, her pronouns, and I am hailing from Austin, Texas this morning. I am so happy to be here with you all. I am the membership coordinator for ASHE, and so you've probably seen a couple of emails coming from me, but I am basically the liaison for anything membership. So anything that you all will need, especially leading up to the conference and during the conference, I am here. I'll be at the check-in desk. You'll see my face a bunch. And so I'm just so excited to be here with you all to share all of the wonderful things about ASHE and to help you all kind of transition into that new comer experience. As a previous member of ASHE before I joined ASHE as a staff member, I had a really wonderful time my first experience at ASHE. So whether you're presenting or not, I think that you'll find that there's so many things to do and so many things to be a part of. So thank you again, and I'll pass it over to Jason, who will introduce himself.
Hey, everybody. Good morning from me over here on the West Coast. I am Jason Gilbo. I use he and him pronouns. I am the executive director of ASHE, and rounding out, believe this or not, my 5th year now, my 5th conference. I'll celebrate my 5th year anniversary with the association on January 7th. So really excited about what we have in store for this year. Really excited about the work that many of our leadership volunteers have been doing. But also really excited and grateful for you all for being here today. As Aaron, before I joined the staff, I was a member for 2 years in my first 2 conferences. I was like, what the heck am I doing? What is this association? I was told I needed to go, but really wasn't sure about anything. And previously, and even this year and continuing on, we have a newcomers breakfast But one of the things that was important to me is preparing you all before you actually get to the conference with information that'll help you think about what you need to pack, what kind of mindset you need to be in, what to expect, and really demystifying some of the things that come with a larger conference. So I'm grateful for you all for being here to learn more about the association, about the conference. I'm like Aaron, if you all have any questions or anything I can do to support you all leading up to the conference, please feel free to reach out.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason and Aaron, both. I am going to put in the chat here, understanding that, ASHE is committed to providing a safe, productive, and welcoming environment for all of our participants. So more information on the virtual events code of conduct can be found. I put the link in the chat here so you all can see that and reference it. As we think about heading to Minneapolis next month, like we said, it's less than a month away. A really important part of the development and work of ASHE has been centering our connection to place, and particularly the people of the places where we visit, and making sure that we're being responsible to those relationships, to land, to people, and to history. And so we want to note that our 2023 ASHE annual conference will be held on the traditional homelands of the Dakota, Lakota, Nakota, and Anishinaabe people in the city of Minneapolis, which is a Dakota word for Mine, meaning water, Greek, Opolis, meaning city. And the state of Minnesota is also a Dakota word for land of smoky water. The Twin Cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul, are home to a diverse community, including the largest Karen, South Myanmar, and Somali populations in the U.S., and the second largest Hmong population, and a significant Indigenous and Mexican population, really call the Twin Cities home, along with many other communities. For preliminary information about the people of Minneapolis and this place, you can visit this website. I put the link in the chat as well here to look at the syllabus, review the syllabus and the land acknowledgement information that will be available later this fall. This will be important information that helps to connect you all to the place where we'll call home for a few days as we convene for ASHE. Now, let's go to our next slide. If you all want to pull out your phones and scan the QR code, or if you want to go to the link, Aaron, can you put that in the chat? Is that possible? For the Mentimeter, we have a question here for you. If you wouldn't mind entering, what are you most looking forward to during the ASHE conference? Wrong answers only. One word. All right. And I don't know if Aaron, you're able to see that or not as they come up. There we go. Snow. Solitude. Yeah. These are things that will not be happening at ASHE. No solitude, no sleep. Snow, not looking forward to snow. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you all for participating. We have a lot of ASHE folks who started our careers as student affairs folks. So, fun icebreakers are always on the menu. All right, let's move along to the next slide as we talk about Welcome Wednesdays. Just a few highlights. This is our first Welcome Wednesday, the virtual session, Getting to Know ASHE. There will be another Welcome Wednesday on November 8th that I believe Dr. Oates is on here, who is also a part of the member engagement committee and will be helping with that session. So that session will be focused on purpose and community planning, how you're preparing for ASHE, and as Jason said, how you want to show up, preparing for how you want to engage. And then on November 15th, as we kick off ASHE, then there will be a welcome reception from 7 to 9 p.m. We are working on the music playlist, Finding Prince. I love it. Prince will definitely be on the playlist in the welcome reception. So we hope that all of you will take those opportunities to engage prior to the conference. And also when you get to conference, please come to the welcome reception and engage with everyone as you're getting to know ASHE as newcomers. All right, and I'm going to turn it over to Erin to talk a little bit just about ASHE and ASHE membership.
All right, thank you so much, Heather. Yes, so I'm not sure how much information you all may know coming into the conference about ASHE, but we wanted to give you a little bit more so that you can understand that ASHE is so much more than just the conference. So with your ASHE membership, understanding that you will be a part of a scholarly base that is dedicated to the field and study of higher education. And that just doesn't mean maybe professors or graduate students. We have a large swath of independent researchers from many different areas, political analysts, people that work on the Hill, and so much more. And there are over 1,800 members of the association. So a myriad of opportunities to meet some really cool people. So deepening your network with higher education scholars and advancing your skills at every level is something that we are dedicated to, not just through the conference, but throughout the year. So there are mentoring and learning opportunities for graduate students, such as the Graduate Student Policy Seminar that we started last year was a great hit, had a lot of really cool policy analysts and people that will help you kind of understand if policy is something that you are interested in on the higher ed side. We also have the CEP Mentor Protege program, and that is a program that has been going for many years that helps you kind of ease your way into meeting a lot of people and kind of getting to understand kind of the ways in which you might be able to move up. So something great for graduate students. For our early career folks, so if you are just starting out in your postdoc or just starting out on your faculty position, we have our workshop that we started for those first year faculty members. And that's something that we actually just finished I believe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and was definitely a hit. So the opportunity to go to different sessions and get to meet and hear from a lot of tenured faculty members and other folks that will help you understand that process. We also have our mid-career faculty workshop for our recently tenured faculty members. So folks that might have been in the field for 5 to 10 years, maybe have the opportunity to learn to deepen those skills and hear from our senior scholars. And then we have our mid-career faculty workshop that is also going to be, we also have our academic leader workshop. So we also have folks that are coming from their university presidents or deans or maybe emeritus scholars that will be working and helping you as you're figuring out what that looks like for a program, department, and college administration. And so there's a lot of different layers and levels to ASHE as a membership, and so many ways in which you can get involved and learn a little bit more information about how you can advance in your field and in your own personal professional growth. We also have the lend and lead expertise, leading scholarship skills and connecting with other scholarships through service. So not only can you be a part of the learning side of ASHE, but you could be a part of the service part of ASHE. So we have opportunities to serve on our board of directors or on our many committees. I think people underestimate how many committees it takes to run ASHE every year. And so there's a myriad of opportunities for you to use that service to grow your professional development, as well as something that you could potentially use as you're moving through the ranks of your tenure process. We also have opportunities for both graduate students and folks with a PhD to review proposals and serve as session chairs. If you do have your PhD, you can also serve as a discussant for our general conference or for one of our 5 pre-cons, and we might be extending that to even more pre-cons. So we'll need more folks that can kind of help look through those and serve in that capacity. You can also plan or serve on a panel for some of those professional development events that we were talking about before. In the past, we were mostly doing our events in the spring and doing obviously this event in the fall of the conference, but we have extended our events to going into some of the earlier months, January, February, March, so that we're really going throughout the year of having so many opportunities for you to be involved in ASHE if you'd like. So that's just a little bit about what ASHE can bring and what ASHE can offer to you as a member. And I'll pass it back over to you, Heather. I think you might be muted.
I am. How many years we've been doing this? I still do it. I will say, I won't age myself, but as someone who has been involved with ASHE for all of my career and a very long time, really the opportunities to engage, to serve in different spaces. I encourage everyone to take advantage of those and to connect and think about how you can be involved with ASHE. It's been a really great space and academic home for me throughout my career. Now, thinking about where are we all staying, if you haven't gotten this handled, do not despair. Lodging for ASHE will be at the Hilton Minneapolis. This is the conference headquarters hotel. There's an attendee rate of $149 plus tax and fees per night. There's also a roommate matching space. I put the link here in the chat. So if you're looking for a roommate, please look at the web form here at the roommate matching website. Contacts are collected and shared with others who have signed up and are seeking roommates. And after you've submitted the form, you'll be provided access to the responses of other people who are searching for shared housing arrangements at the conference. This is a great opportunity to spread out those professional development funds as you often have to. So be certain to check the sheet regularly to identify if you have any lodging needs that align with other people. And Jason has put in the chat, there is also an overflow hotel at the Holiday Inn and Suites that is right next door. The rate is $136 plus tax and fees. And it also includes a free hot breakfast. So again, if you're spreading out those PD funds, here's an opportunity to work in some hot breakfast. Minneapolis, the downtown area, particularly the hotel, has some great skywalks, so you don't have to walk outside in the cold during that time. That will get you to the Hilton in between sessions. So utilize those as you're thinking about if you haven't already made your lodging arrangements. Next is the conference app. This is a great option to use in the conference. The conference app will be WOVA. It's an access to an app that will open on November 6th. So if you download it now, go ahead and download it. ASHE isn't on there yet, but the access will open on November 6th. You can build out your schedule. It provides interactive maps. You can build out your own attendee profile, connect with and message other attendees, join discussion groups. It's a great opportunity. to connect and plan out your conference, and all of the amazing sessions that you're going to want to go to, and people that you want to hear from. So a really great opportunity. But prior to that, if you want to check the conference schedule, it's available on the ASHE conference portal in all academics. So that is up now. A few things we want to highlight. The schedule here, let's see. Oh, can we go back one? I think we missed one.
Sorry.
I will just highlight them. Let's not go. I don't want to send it into the spiral of Google Slides.
Right.
So, virtual conference day schedule. The full virtual day will be November 2nd, from 10 a.m. to 4:45. That's Central Time Zone. That is the interactive virtual symposium. There are 3 works in progress sessions, 7 paper sessions. You can find details on each session here. I'll put the link in the chat if you want to check those out for the virtual day. Again, mark your calendars if you want to participate. That is on November 2nd. And then a few schedule highlights for the conference. And we've hit on some of these. So the KHEP pre-conference forum, CIHE, CPPHE pre-conference forum, the CEP pre-conference forum. These all require registration. So if you haven't registered yet, or if you have and you need to add that, these are pre-conference forums that will go throughout the day on November 15th from 8 a.m. CEP will go all the way to 7:30. And then we also have the pre-conference forum on college athletics. All of those, again, require registration. And then ASHE officially, the full conference kicks off that evening at 7 p.m. with the welcome reception. A few other things that we want to make sure that we highlight. Please make sure you all come to the newcomers networking reception, 8:30 to 8:20 a.m. on Thursday, November 16th. It'll be a great opportunity to meet all of the other first timers at ASHE, to engage with the wonderful folks from the membership engagement committee. You'll get to meet Jason and Aaron and other ASHE folks and leadership live and in person. And then we have the opening session at 8:30 a.m. So you can come get your snacks and your coffee before the opening session. And we'll have our presidential address from Dr. Ana Martinez Aleman. Then breakout sessions will begin at 10 a.m. with a lunch break going through 12:30. And then a couple of pieces here we want to highlight: the post-tenure Pathfinders, that requires registration, a treaties reception at 5:15 that evening, and then our promotion and tenure reception at 6 p.m. Where we're able to highlight and celebrate those folks who have received. We're not having the post-tenure event this year, but the promotion and tenure reception, yes, we're able to highlight and celebrate folks who were recently tenured and promoted. And then there will be various institutional and organizational receptions throughout the evening from 7 to 10. Network, go get all the free food and network with folks from different institutions. All right, we can go to the next slide. On Friday, November 17th, there will be the morning wellness event. And then we'll have a plenary session and our keynote address from Dr. Marcelo Suarez Orozco, the Chancellor of the University of Massachusetts at Boston. There will also be expo tables throughout the day. Breakout sessions will run from 10:15 to 5 p.m. with a short lunch break. We'll have the awards ceremony at 5:15. Don't miss that. It's a great opportunity to celebrate all of our ASHE awardees. And then again, more institutional and organizational receptions that evening from 7 to 10 p.m. And on Saturday, the final day of the conference, you don't want to miss out on the ASHE Dash. The 5K run that our wellness committee helps to organize, that does require registration, but it's a great opportunity to get out, get your blood pumping, make sure you're participating in self-care. We'll have the plenary session from 8:30 to 9:30 with a keynote address on democracy redesigned, led by Adam Gismondi from Tufts University and Dr. Dimitri Morgan from Loyola University. And then again, sessions running from 9:45 to 3:15. For any of our ASHE grad students, the ASHE graduate student luncheon will be from 11 to 12:30. And then finally, the community meeting and the closing reception at 3:30 that evening. You don't want to miss that. It's a great opportunity to start preparing for next year's ASHE conference and all that will be in store from the incoming ASHE president and the conference team. So just a few more things as we go through your experience. Oh, and thank you. Jason has put the registration for the grad luncheon here in the chat. A few more things as we go through your experience. We want to make sure that we review our inclusion and accessibility spaces and efforts at ASHE. There will be a lactation room. There will also be a mindfulness room. ASHE works really hard to make sure that we have all gender restrooms available during the conference. Gender pronouns and tribal affiliation are available as you're doing your registration to display on your name badge. There will be ASL interpreters in person and streamed to the virtual ticket for large general sessions. So that includes the presidential address, keynotes, the awards ceremony, and the community meeting. There will also be CART captioning in person and on the virtual ticket for large general sessions. AI captioning will be available in person and on virtual tickets for all concurrent sessions, so the smaller breakout sessions. And then support for food allergies and dietary restrictions throughout the conference. I believe that information is included on your registration. As you're registering, you can note that. There will be provision for other requested accommodations, so you can reach out. Is there a link where they can reach out, or is that through the registration, Jason?
If you include it on your registration form, we have that information. But if something else changes or something comes up, just email the conference email that I'll put in the chat.
Awesome. And then finally, you saw the link, but the Minneapolis-St. Paul syllabus and the land acknowledgement information will be available as we're thinking about our responsibilities to people and place. Other features for the conference that you should prepare for, there are morning coffee and tea breaks every morning. There will be on-site exhibitor tables where you can maybe either pack an empty bag to take home all the books that you will buy, or prepare to have them shipped. Many of the publishers will be, all of your favorite publishers will be there, so you can do orders with them. There will be an attendee workroom. New this year, a graduate student lounge. There will also be a senior scholar lounge and a volunteer lounge available on site. There is an ombuds representative if any issues come up throughout the conference, that will be there to serve as a liaison between attendees and ASHE leadership and staff. If anything comes up, they're available to provide support. Let's see. Check-in will be designated in a designated area. Do we know where that is yet? Here we go. We have the map as we're talking about check-in. And Aaron is circling where check-in will be. It will be visible. There will also be a help desk available on site to answer all of your ASHE related questions and conference questions. Again, other things that you want to make sure that you prepare for: all of the networking receptions that will be hosted by various institutions and organizations. It's a great opportunity to network, meet with some of your favorite scholars, and make new connections. and then again, the ASHE Dash and wellness activities, so that we're all making sure that we take care of ourselves while we're at ASHE. And then finally, resources and tips for you all as you're building out your schedule. Utilize the all academic. You can build out your schedule, start identifying all of the sessions that you want to go to. You can also do that when you download the app. Make sure that you participate in networking opportunities, whether it be ASHE grad coffee conversations, different receptions, engaging in sessions. We encourage you to really use this as an opportunity to network, engage across the organization. Any questions that we have? I see a couple in the chat, so I think we're answering those, but anyone have any questions that we haven't answered? Here we go. All right. You can either unmute and ask the question or throw it in the chat. Anything that you are questioning, thinking about, wondering as you're preparing to engage with ASHE this year. Jason, I think we had a question about the treaties reception. Did you have more information? I know you provided a link, but did you have more information on that?
Yeah, so we are partnering with the Minnesota Humanities Center to have an exhibit. There's a permanent exhibit in the Minnesota State Capitol, which is really cool. And we will have the traveling exhibit on site all day Wednesday and then Thursday morning through about 2. So please check that out. That'll be on the first floor of the hotel. And then Thursday afternoon, Ted Johnson, who is a tribal elder from northern Minnesota, he will be joining us to kind of talk about the relationship that the Minnesota Humanities Center develops with local Indigenous communities. He also has a very deep connection to higher education. He's on the Board of Regents for the University of Minnesota. He served in various roles in the White House and the federal government, specifically around tribal relations. So we're really excited to host him and have him on site to talk about the exhibit, his experience, and then immediately following that, we'll have a reception with some food and beverages.
Awesome. All right. Well, if we don't have any other questions, if there's anything, Aaron or Jason, that you want to add on this Welcome Wednesday, this first Welcome Wednesday for our newcomers and for folks that are getting acquainted with ASHE.
And I can hang out and we can talk about the book thing.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying good morning, and I'm really excited. This will be my first ASHE event, and I'm very excited to be here and to meet all of you. And I will be attending every single session that I could possibly attend. So thank you so much for having this introduction and getting us familiar with the layout of the land. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. We're excited for all of you to join us next month for ASHE and looking forward to meeting you. We hope to see you all at the welcome reception and also see you at the newcomers networking reception on Thursday morning. 7:30 is a little bit early, but you'll get your coffee and get a good seat for the opening session. So it's a bonus. I hope to see all of you there and are looking forward to another wonderful ASHE conference this year. And like Jason said, we'll hang out for a few more minutes if folks have questions. But thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next month.
Yes, thank you so much. Happy Wednesday.